Sisyphus is f***ing everywhere right now. From the Indomitable Human Spirit, to references within mainstream pop culture, to Sisyphus 55 on YouTube, the Greek myth is all-encompassing, especially when it comes to spreading through meme culture. It is in this manner that phrases like the Indomitable Human Spirit becomes romanticized through digital spaces. It's the acceptance that life is hard, cruel, and unforgiving, yet humanity's persistent nature allows it to bravely continue despite the odds. Outside of meme culture, let's take a look at some of the places it's been popping up lately. A scene in Gumball allegorizes Sisyphus brilliantly, where Larry, once confronted with the question of the meaning of life, repeats, "I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, and go to sleep," until he comes to the crushing realization his life is just the same thing over and over again.
I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep.
And yet, countering this, there's this wonderful scene in the film Everything Everywhere All at Once, where a rich and successful alternate universe version of Wayman admits he'd rather just be doing laundry and taxes with the person he loves, as he has the ability to find joy in the mundane. And an extremely on-the-nose reference is Ryan Gosling's character in The Grey Man, who has the name Sisyphus tattooed directly onto his arm, which the film goes to great lengths to point out in an effort to demonstrate just how much he struggles. Characters from video games, like Sam from Death Stranding, can also be compared to Sisyphus, lugging heavy packages around giant mountains and hills only for them to fall off and for him to start all over again. And, of course, there's Guts from Berserk, but we'll get into that later. Another character who faces this struggle is Bobby Bobone. Life in the skeleton realm can sometimes be a bit boring. For Bobby Bobone, an avid gamer and all-round cool skelefriend, the lack of exciting gameplay, tough bosses, and extensive amount of content with regular updates can take the shine off things. That was until he embraced life and started playing Raid Shadow Legends. You can use my QR code or links below to download Raid yourself to your mobile phone or PC. Raid has millions of players and legendary champions, such as Death Knight, Bobby's personal favourite, for obvious reasons. Death Knight has been one of the most popular champions in Raid's history, and both he and Bobby have been excited to hear word of Raid finally upgrading him. However, Raid has other ideas. The brand new Ultimate Death Knight champion is taking over the game. He makes Bobby Bobone flustered, making poor Bobby rethink his loyalty to the original Death Knight. But Bobby, just like you, can get the Ultimate Death Knight for free. Just play Raid for 7 days and he's yours. If the temptation wasn't strong enough, Raid has given my viewers the promo code DKRises for a bunch of free items to instantly level your new strongest champion all the way to level 50 and 5-star ascension. Bobby Bobone can barely contain himself, and neither can I. If you want to feel the love Bobby feels, why not give Raid Shadow Legends a go? If you're a new player, you can use my link or scan the QR code right here and get a free starter pack worth almost $30, a free champion Vergus, and also this cool in-game loot. Thanks so much to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video, one of Bobby's favourite sponsors. Lately, the internet has been experiencing a great production of these references through the expressive medium of memes. As such, many are using these to ask and answer the big questions. Why are we here? What's the point of it all? Why do we live every day struggling as hard as we can, only to be defeated and crushed, only to have to start all over again? All of this taps into the idea that humans can make their own meaning from existence, and are able to find beauty in a world that can be described as calloused and indifferent. It could be argued there are several reasons why this is happening. Pandemic malaise, war, and general uncertainty have led many to feel like they're going through the motions day to day without any point to it all. It is because of this that many relate to and romanticize the struggle of Sisyphus, with philosophers such as Albert Camus famously utilizing the myth as an allegory for the absurdity of human existence, resulting in thousands of memes, essays, and general interest leading to this video today. So let's take a look at the myth itself. In Greek mythology, Sisyphus was the crafty king of Ephyra, later known as Corinth, and was well known for being a bit of a jerk. He would often kill, rape, or steal, pissing off the gods to no end, resulting in them wanting him dead, to which he cheated this fate twice. The first time this happened, he rats out Zeus for kidnapping another god's daughter, and Zeus sics Thanatos, the god of death, on Sisyphus. When Thanatos appears, Sisyphus asks the Reaper to show him how his restraints work, only to trick the god into being restrained himself. However, once death was freed, Sisyphus knew his fate was sealed again, so he asks his wife Merope to bury him without the proper rites, leading to him appearing in the underworld undercover as a pauper. He convinces Persephone to take pity on him, and she sends him back to the surface for 3 days so that he can make the proper burial arrangements. When he gets there, he says, "F*** going back," and lives until he dies of old age. However, this is when his punishment begins. For his crimes against Zeus and Hades, Sisyphus is condemned to Tartarus, the lower section of the underworld, and forced to roll a boulder up a steep hill every single day, only for it to roll back down again. This he does for eternity, and thus the Sisyphean struggle was born. Often, one of the first philosophers high school students come across is cool Frenchman Albert Camus. He is a long-time favourite of English teachers for his revolutionary concept of absurdism, an ideology which is its DNA plastered all over much of modern pop culture and online shitposting. During his time, Camus was a celebrity of sorts during World War II. Readers looked to his work for making sense of a world in which death and destruction were commonplace, and thus he determined the universe as absurd, as a direct consequence of the absence of God. He wrote, "There are only stones, flesh, stars, and those truths the hand can touch. We must choose to live in this world and to project our own meaning and value onto it in order to make sense of it. This means that people are free and burdened by it, since with freedom there is a terrible, even debilitating, responsibility to live and act authentically." In 1942, he published an essay called The Myth of Sisyphus, in which he dedicates an essay to the philosophy of the absurd, wherein instead of humanity living in a universe dictated by intelligent design, it is instead meaningless, chaotic, and random. He begins his essay with an absolute banger of a line, stating, "There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide." He follows this by stating, "Judging whether life is or is not worth living amounts to answering the fundamental question of philosophy." Eventually, he comes to the conclusion that suicide is the rejection of freedom. Despite the absurdity and cold indifference of life, he claims humanity should still embrace it passionately. The example he uses to illustrate this is of the cursed Greek king Sisyphus, futilely straining every day to push a boulder up a hill, only to have it roll down to the bottom again, just as humans are bound to ask what the meaning of existence is every single day and never receive an answer. However, Camus goes to great lengths to stress that this is not necessarily a bad thing. It is possible to find purpose within a meaningless universe, as humans can do this themselves and live fully without having another do it for them. Putting it simply, when there is no meaning to life, life has every meaning. The mundane parts of everyday existence may seem inconsequential, but there's beauty in them. After all, most of what humans do is taken up by boring moments. We get up, we shower, we go to work, we work all day, we go home, and go to sleep. The ability to recognize these parts of our lives as worthy despite them being ultimately boring is important, especially after the past couple of years in which many were forced to stay inside for long periods of time and do nothing. Camus finishes his essay with the idea that Sisyphus is happy. He finds meaning in his meaningless struggle, as the beauty of his mundane task fills him with content purpose. The digital ecosystem is seeing the phrase, "the indomitable human spirit," repeated 1,000,000 times over as artists seek to express their rebellion against the idea that humanity is living and struggling for no reason. Whilst we've seen the phrase used literally to demonstrate spirit, such as this video of a guy playing piano during the early days of the pandemic, it has been taken to a whole new level thanks to digital culture. The term appears to be popularized in meme culture in early 2022 thanks to "This is a flesh prison" under the guise of experimenting with believing in myself. This would quickly evolve into more depressing yet hopeful content, with artists taking the sentimental phrase and applying it directly to the most common form of communication in the world: memes. The phrase "the indifferent quality of the universe" is often referenced as a folly to the indomitable human spirit, as they're two sides of the same coin. This is similar to the manner in which nihilism, commonly associated with Nietzsche, is perceived. There's this misconception that nihilists believe the world is empty of meaning, and that's the extent of their ideology. However, the second part most people miss is that many nihilists believe this insignificance gives humans power, as they are free to make their own choices by giving their own life meaning outside of external influence. This posits the question of how humans should act in a world where morals are only constructed by societal pressure, or in the case of Nietzsche, a lack of God. This isn't to say nihilists believe humans shouldn't have morals, as they can be incredibly useful ways of living happily. It's just that morals can be recognized as subjective, just the same way the indomitable human spirit allows a human to live passionately and well despite the world being inherently cruel and meaningless. It is in this way that the indomitable human spirit becomes an amalgamation of different ideologies, taking influence from nihilism, absurdism, and plenty of other philosophical leanings. By romanticizing the Sisyphean effort of struggling through life, one can push back against the idea that there is no point to living in a desperate world, an idea commonly reflected in digital culture as artists criticize the constant hustle and grind needed to stay alive. Thus, the indomitable human spirit is revealed as an essential puzzle piece of life despite the odds against it. Berserk is one of my favourite manga of all time, and after finishing the incredible 1997 adaptation and needing to sit down for a good moment to process it, I immediately wanted more and read through the entire story in a few days. This is because the character of Guts is incredibly relatable on an emotional scale. No matter the shit he goes through or the trials he faces, he just puts one foot in front of the other and keeps on going through sheer force of will. It's brilliantly inspirational for those going through a particularly tough time, and as such it's no small wonder the story ties directly into that of Sisyphus, as well well as the Indomitable Human Spirit. Just as Sisyphus was punished for cheating death, so too is Guts, as he is forced to wear a brand marking him for sacrifice for the rest of his life. And, furthering this connection to Camus' Myth of Sisyphus essay, is the fact that Berserk revels in its quiet moments and its main character finds happiness despite his torment. It's not just the incredible fight scenes where Guts struggles to survive by fighting off huge monsters, but the moments after when he stares up at the sky, clearly lost in thought, or finds himself forging meaningful relationships despite his emotional vulnerability. There's a definitive focus on the mundane from within this franchise, and that is what makes it such a fantastic story. It finds beauty in the everyday and celebrates it. Despite the horrific and cruel circumstances in which our hero finds himself, he strives to live life as he sees fit, putting one foot in front of the other until he achieves his goals. As such, it's no surprise Berserk is highly present in meme culture as well as often positioned in relation to Sisyphus' story. The myth of Sisyphus, despite its ancient origins, manages to hold up extremely well today as an incredibly popular myth. Albert Camus stresses the importance of finding exceptional beauty in the mundane aspects of the everyday, enjoying quiet moments as they come or even the stress of existence. Pop culture icons like Guts from Berserk personify this narrative, as he struggles through the muck and mire of his life only to find purpose in its quieter moments. As a result, Sisyphean references can be found in every nook and cranny of the digital universe, as artists seek to explore and celebrate the meaning of humanity's existence in a world that seems chaotic, random, and beautiful. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe! Or else.